Good morning, my dear children and parents. So, my dear children, today we are going to study one of the interesting creature and very jolly, hiding, hopping creature, that is squirrel. The squirrel composed by Mildred Boss Armstrong. Okay, so I think everybody have seen this lovely creature, isn't it? Okay, so here the poetess, she described the structure of that creature. What is the name of the creature? The squirrel. So here I will just read the poem and I'll explain you. I'll give the summary and about the poetess. Okay, my dear children. So just look into the poem. So this is the picture of the squirrel. See how it is sitting, how it is eating and all. Okay? He wore a question mark for tail. Just see, it's a question mark. It's looking like that. So wore a question mark. So to give the poetic formation, the poetess used the word a question mark. Okay? And overcoat of grey. Here overcoat is the skin of the squirrel. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. And if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. Okay, so this is your poem. Now it is composed by Mildred Boss, and she was born in 1901 and she was alive till 1984. She earned her bachelor's degree from Northwestern University in 1923. She also studied at Mount Holyoke College, the University of Chicago, and the University of Wisconsin. Boss titled her first volume of poetry, Twist or Smoke, after the pseudonym she used in college. Twist or Smoke won the 1928 Yale Younger Poets Prize and was published by Yale University Press. Bowers also published verse in periodicals under her married name Mildred Armstrong. So her full name becomes Mildred Boss Armstrong. Okay, my dear children. Now coming to the summary of the poem. What is there? So first I'll give you the introduction, how the poem is made and all the thing is there. Okay, the summary. Introduction. The poem is a reflection of the poet's desire to compose poetry on most mundane. The meaning of the mundane is ordinary elements that we come across in our day-to-day surrounding. A squirrel is the most commonly found animal that we see around us. So I think everybody had seen this creature, no? This small animal, okay, hopping here and there. So now the poet is very simple way discuss the various aspects of the squirrel, which each one of must have observed closely. So everyone has seen it and observed it, but nobody bothered to have a deep look into it. And through this poem, the poetess diverted our mind, attracted our mind towards a little creature, the squirrel. So now we will be seeing how beautifully she described that particular little beautiful lovely creature. Okay, so now coming up the summary of the poem. So in this poem, the squirrel, the poet Mildred Boss Armstrong describes a squirrel that she observes in her garden. The poet describes how the squirrel is covered in grey fur. So in the second line it said that no, overcoat of grey. That is the skin of the squirrel. Okay. Sit in an upright position on a tree branch eating a nut. See how she is sitting. See, here she is sitting there, no? He is sitting there and eating the nuts. Upright straight position is there and he is eating the nuts. Okay. So now she treated the squirrel as he. So poetess has given animal in the term of a human being. She used as he. His tail looks like a question mark because of its bent shape. Okay, झुका हुआ जो shape होता है, because of that she used his tail as a question mark. Because of its bent shape, the happy and lively squirrel loves to play with the poet and her friends. Whenever they ran around his tree, he would run to the other side of the tree. The poet tells us about the nature of the squirrel, that it is innocently naughty and likes to tease anyone who comes near him. So whosoever comes near by the squirrel, he used to tease. How he will be teasing? He will hide from this side to another side of the tree, okay, and ran from that particular place. So this is the way of teasing, okay. So now we will be studying about the poetic devices that is used in the poem. So I'll explain the poem line by line also. He wore a question mark for tail. So you have seen the tail, how it is. It is look like a question mark. Why? Because it is bent from the end. An overcoat of grey, that means the squirrel is covered with the grey color. That means the skin of the squirrel is grey in color. That's why it is called as overcoat. जब हम लोग पूरा overcoat पहन लेते पूरा covered हो जाते हैं ना, so similarly the squirrel is over covered with a grey color. He sat up straight to eat a nut. So squirrel is sitting straight. Why? Because he is eating nuts. He liked to tease and play, and if we ran around his tree, he went the other way. So squirrel is loving whosoever is coming near to him, and he will run here and there or either sides of the tree and hide himself. Okay, he loved to play, he loved to tease whosoever comes near to him. Now coming to the rhyming scheme of the poem. How we will give the rhyme scheme? So in order to give the rhyme scheme, we have to look the last word of the lines used in this stanza. So now coming here, first line, he wore a question mark for tail. So last word is tail. So we will give, on the basis of pronunciation, we mark it as A. Now coming to the second line, an overcoat of grey. So grey, again its pronunciation is differ from tail. So we put as B. Children, just focus on the last word. Focus in the last word of your line. Okay. He sat up straight to eat a nut. So again a different pronunciation from tail, grey and nut. Okay. He liked to tease and play. The grey and play having the similar pronunciation. Okay. They are having not same but similar ending. No, similar sound is coming there. Similar pronunciation sound is there, like grey, play, A is coming. No. So that way we will mark it as B. Now, and if we ran around his tree, so it is D, again different. He went the other way. So grey, play, way, all are having similar pronunciation sound. So we have marked it as B. So now the rhyming scheme of the given stanza is A, B, C, B, D, B. Okay. And the rhyming words are grey, play and way. In this poem, there is another figure of figurative speech is used, that is figurative poem, that is anaphora. Anaphora means when we have starting word same in the continuation line. Okay. For example, in this poem we see look into this third and the fourth line. He sat up straight to eat a nut. He liked to tease and play. So he starting word of the lines. Okay, third and fourth line, both the starting word is same, he and he. So when the starting word of the given line in continuation is same, then that is known as anaphora. Okay. So when the similar words are given in a stanza in a continuation line, that is known as anaphora. Okay. So here what we have find rhyming scheme, we have kind of rhyme words, and we have find one figurative speech, that is anaphora. What is anaphora? Anaphora, when we use similar word in a continuation line, okay, then that becomes the anaphora for that particular stanza. Okay children? Fine. Now coming to the question answers of the poem. So now the first question is, why does the poet say the squirrel wore a question mark for tail? Draw a squirrel or find a picture of a squirrel sitting on the ground. How would you describe its tail? So there is a picture I have given. You can draw the way you want and the answer for it. The poet says that the squirrel wore a question mark because its tail looks like a question mark when it sits on the ground eating a nut. I'll describe its tail as if it is a stick having a hook on the top. So you can describe any way, that is up to you. But according to the poet, you have to give this line. The poet says that the squirrel wore a question mark because its tail looks like a question mark when it sits on the ground eating a nut. So this won't change. Now from here you can change your own answer. Okay, like you can write by yourself. I will describe its tail as if it is a stick having a hook on the top. Okay. Next question. Do we usually say that an animal wears a tail? What do we say? Does an animal wear a coat? So now the answer is there, no. We do not usually say that an animal wears a tail. We say that animal has a tail. Okay. Question number 3. He liked to tease and play. Who is teasing whom and how? The squirrel is teasing the poet. When the poet goes around, the squirrel disappears behind the tree. Okay. So squirrel is teasing the poet, or you can write squirrel is teasing whosoever coming near to him. Okay. How? By when the poet goes around, the squirrel disappear behind the trees. Next question. Describe the squirrel that the poet saw. The squirrel that the poet saw was a playful little creature that liked to tease and run around the trees. He was grey in color and had a furry coat for his skin. His tail was like a question mark. He was eating nut and was sitting on the ground. And I have used 2 word meaning for you people, that is overcoat. So here according to the poem, overcoat means skin of the squirrel, and tease to make fun or annoy. किसी को जब चिढ़ाते हैं ना, that we mean as tease. So tease means to make fun or annoy. So my dear children, your poem, the squirrel, is completed here. You will write down the things in your notebook, okay, and show to me. So till then, bye bye, take care.